2019 was pretty massive for Xbox, and there were some big moments to look back on. So we've all decided to choose our favorites and tell you all about them in this video.
My biggest moment, without a doubt, was XO19. It was the first time we've ever had a fan fest in the UK for Xbox fans, and the first time we've ever had an XO. So it was amazing to see all the fans, meet people, games being announced, playing games. It was wicked.
I'd have to be a little bit selfish and say just stepping out on stage at XO19 was a huge moment for me this year, and being able to play one of the hugest games that launched as well, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Being a massive Star Wars nerd and being able to deliver that in front of an audience at the Copper Box was just such a surreal moment.
Biggest Xbox moment of 2019 has got to have started at E3 with the reveal of Project Scarlet, before towards the end of the year us seeing Xbox Series X for the very first time. Because I woke up in the morning having no idea it was getting announced at the Game Awards, and then boom, new console names announced, and it's got me really excited for what's to come in 2020, because a console launch, I think, is one of the biggest moments in gaming, and it's just really exciting.
My biggest moment of 2019, my God, there were a lot. We've done this on stream a couple of times, we tried to remember them all, and going to LA to play Borderlands early was great. Going to Germany and meeting everyone and being on the first Inside Xbox was great. But I think my favorite moment of 2019 was the moment we caught on camera. Phil Spencer declared me the new head of Xbox.
I'm not big on titles, but yeah,
I
if I have to go with
the head of Xbox.
Would you?
Yeah.
I'm going to call you the head of Xbox
Okay.
this whole interview.
Clip that.
Okay.
Got that sorted.
The first thing that comes to my head has to be seeing Keanu Reeves on stage at E3. It was the fact that, I was sat there making notes so we could make some videos for the channel, and suddenly everyone just starts going mental, and I look up and Keanu Reeves is coming out, and it was just a moment where everybody in the crowd just stood up in disbelief, and it was awesome.
I woke up in the morning and they announced the Xbox Series X. As well as that, we saw the trailer for Hellblade 2 Senua's Saga, which, the first time I watched it, not gonna lie, I was very uncomfortable. The levels of sound and design that game goes into, thanks to Ninja Theory, is intimidating to watch. Gears Tactic looks phenomenal. That's one way to do a show.
I'm, quite a bit of a techie person. I love seeing tech being evolved, and the fact that we're going to get things like ray tracing and a built-in SSD, so all our games are going to run so much better and look visually incredible. Launch titles like Halo Infinite are always going to make a console so successful and so loved by people, but it's just seeing that technological marvel of here's a new console, here's what it can do, and this is just the beginning of it as well.
The fact that it's so powerful and can apparently play games at 4K 60 FPS is insane, so I'm very excited to try that out.
Seeing the Xbox showcase every year at E3 is always quite special, because you see a room packed full of fans of Xbox just eager to know what's coming, and just seeing them all react so passionately to everything that's announced. But on a personal note, I would say that out of nowhere, LEGO Speed Champions DLC's trailer just dropped, and it was just instantly full of so much energy, and it was just uplifting as hell, and I couldn't wait to get my hands on it as soon as the trailer had finished rolling. So that was quite a cool moment, I thought.
E3 for me is really interesting. The internet and social media will tell you that it's a glamorous, wonderful time, but E3, when it comes to Xbox On and Xbox UK, is hard work.
I think the thing with E3 is it is one of the most manic but incredible weeks of the year, because you go to LA for the event, you go to see all the conferences, all the new games, hardware, and things that you've got to look forward to over the next 12 months and beyond. And it is such an intense experience, because we go from hosting shows in the Xbox conference on the official Mixer channels to filming videos every single day about all the cool announcements. It's relentless but super rewarding, and as a gamer, there's nothing more exciting.
Obviously, as someone who does play a lot of games, I do need sometimes accessories that can, keep up the pace with me. And as soon as, Elite 2 was announced, everyone was kind of expecting some kind of refresh for the Elite controller series, but Elite Series 2 seems to have taken that step up, and everyone couldn't wait to get their hands on it. It looked amazing, it looked premium, it looked like it had some weight to it, and all the different upgrades and improvements they've made over Elite Series 1, I just knew straight away it's something that I had to have, and ever since picking one up, I couldn't put it down. It's the only controller I can use now.
The first time I picked up the Elite Series 2 was actually at E3 at the Xbox Showcase, and I played Gears of War 5 on it. Oh, just Gears 5 on it. And it just molds into your hand immediately and just feels like it should be there. So I love it.
It's got high tension thumbsticks, you've got multiple hair trigger lock settings. It is just a brilliant, brilliant controller that I've absolutely loved using. And for me personally, it does make a big difference when I'm playing games like Apex Legends, Halo, Call of Duty. I'm just able to fine tune so many different settings on the controller to give me that competitive advantage that I'm after. So really enjoyed using the controller. We've done loads of videos on the channel about it. So if you want to go check that out and learn more about it, I would definitely recommend going and doing that.
E3 this year was particularly amazing, and I'm sure that everybody's going to say the same thing and think the same thing in the comments. You're breathtaking. Keanu Reeves live at E3 to launch his character in Cyberpunk was truly a special moment.
I had no idea, obviously, that he was going to be so heavily involved in the game, and when he just took the stage, everyone erupted, and that was like so much energy and electricity in the room. And yeah, he really definitely brought a lot of fire to that presentation.
You're breathtaking.
You're breathtaking. You're all breathtaking.
The Halo Infinite trailer was absolutely mind-blowing. Now, it looks incredible, and the thing that I'm most excited about with Halo is doesn't seem like it's going for a photorealism approach that maybe a lot of other games are going for. Really, it looks like the art style that 343 are going for is they're bringing it back to the Halo 3 days. So I was most excited to actually see what that looked like. It was great to see Chief again, absolutely. And I think the trailer just created I don't know, it wasn't just pure action. I'm even getting goosebumps now thinking about it. It just created raw emotion around the man that is Chief.
Yeah, I almost forgot about the Halo Infinite trailer for a moment there, because obviously my heart can't take any more, so it just suppresses the hype. But the Halo Infinite trailer, just the fact that they showed the old Mjolnir armor and just generally the whole vibe of kind of not going back, but it's kind of reeling it back in a little bit, because Halo 5 was quite intense. So the whole idea of starting back on a ring planet again and getting Chief back to his roots is very exciting. Halo Reach was the very first box set I bought. It was the very first limited edition game I bought on the Xbox 360 back when I was 16. So yeah, pretty much almost 10 years ago now. And hearing that coming to PC and to Game Pass was it's quite a special moment. But I've been playing it a lot on PC since it came out, and I need to practice a bit more because I still apparently suck at it. But it's still fun every time. No game makes me rage like Halo Reach, and yet I still enjoy playing it. So I think that's a testament really to what they've managed to do with that.
So Gears 5 was definitely one of the big games of 2019. It started with me getting to go to Vancouver, to go to the Coalition studio, to get hands-on early in the game, and then when it came back, got to be involved in Gears Inc.
It was like this special event that we all got invited to. People were getting real tattoos of the Gears logo, the cog, locust symbols, amazing, amazing, amazing.
That room looked crazy busy, and really, the energy in that room was electric.
So Gears Inc. was a little bit different for me because I kind of went as a live streamer instead of an Xbox One host, and it was quite interesting because I was playing with a bunch of other awesome streamers and YouTubers, and we all got to play dodgeball together, and they put us in these really ridiculous high-vis outfits with flashing headgear, and they told us we couldn't take them off. So that was interesting. But generally speaking, it was pretty fun, and me and Alice, who was Aliska Plays on YouTube, we managed to top the team pretty much every single time, so it's good times.
I'll tell you what, in the year of 2019, all of the team got to play some games or interview some very, very cool people. Now, Benny and I have played FIFA with, this is ridiculous to say, Alexander Lacazette from Arsenal, Peter Crouch from That Peter Crouch podcast and England Football, and Raheem Sterling. That was just in 1 year. I'd be lucky if I did that in my lifetime. That was amazing. We did that at the Microsoft Store launch. We played Alex Lacazette for Score More with Xbox. Amazing.
I think Lacazette enjoyed winning the game with Reeves. They got, we just wanted to see his goal celebrations. So that's what we really wanted to see. We literally let him score.
I watched Benny beat Raheem Sterling. For anyone who doesn't know, he plays for Man City and for England. I watched him go 3-3 into full time, and then extra time score 4 goals. So much so that Raheem actually gave me the controller and went, I can't play anymore. You always let the professional footballer win, Benny.
Because Microsoft opened their store on Oxford Street in London, and we all did like a really big event there. We had the whole Xbox On crew, we had Outside Xbox, we had like a bunch of celebrities as well. So I ended up playing Fortnite with Taron Egerton, who you might know from Kingsman or Rocketman, and that was quite an experience because apparently he hadn't had much practice. So it was kind of me sat next to him going, just press this button, just do this. And I was trying not to patronize him too much, but at the same time, he was almost dead.
Hey, fun fact, I played Forza with John Boyega this year. Ugh. That was really, really fun. He called me babe. He didn't know how to drive apart from how to do donuts, which gave me the chance to be really good and impress him. It is raining though, so you might want to change the Pacific rims you've got on there.
Oh, yes, you do.
That's just one of the puns we've got coming up today.
I love it. Keep it coming.
XO19 was the pinnacle of gaming events for UK fans, or actually anyone that wanted to come along. It was the biggest XO that's ever happened. For anyone that was there, it was awesome, and for anyone that watched the Inside Xbox, you probably got to see how ridiculous it was. You know, the Inside Xbox started with Benny, our very own little Benny, covered in stormtroopers, showing off the brand new live action trailer for the game. So that was really, really cool. We also got the announcement of, I think the first time ever at an XO, was the announcement of 2 brand new IPs from Xbox Game Studios games. So we had Grounded from Obsidian, who had only just launched Outer Worlds, and Rare's brand new IP from them with Everwild, which looks really beautiful. We don't know too much about it right now, but we know that they're a great studio, and we know that the game, from what we saw, looks wicked.
XO19, what more is there to say? The biggest celebration in Xbox history in London. It was an incredible thing to be part of. I know loads of the community came along. We got to meet so many people, which was an amazing experience.
And XO19 was quite a significant moment for Xbox to come to London specifically and hold their massive yearly FanFest event there. It was quite something, and it was really awesome as well within the Xbox On community to see so many people who watch our streams come over and say hi to us and meet us and take pictures. That was really cool.
I think for XO19, the most amazing thing that I found was just seeing all of these fans of Xbox in one place, loving everything that Xbox has to offer, and seeing people get hands-on with games and just, all the smiles. And of course, for Xbox On, meeting our community members that were also there was just crazy. Straight after Inside Xbox, we got to, meet people, shake hands, just have a laugh, get photos with people, and just, spreading that love and that community that Xbox is so well known for. I think that was probably the biggest thing for me, just being able to feel that passion, feel that energy, and share it with other people in our hometown, of course.
Ooh, so we just hit 50k followers on our Mixer in the summer, and we put on a really big sort of celebration stream, and it was it was mayhem. It was absolute mayhem.
A very special moment in my heart was us screaming at each other while playing Overcooked, yes, chef, because we all decided to rename ourselves Chef. So we're just playing, sweating by that point, because we've been playing for 4 hours or something like that. I'm just hearing Leah in my ear go, yes, chef, yes, chef. And Betty's like, yes, chef. And I'm like, yes, chef. Beautiful.
We played Uno, we played Jackbox, and we played Gang Beast. Oh my God, Gang Beast. And my favorite highlights of that is the fact that I won every single game of Uno. Towards the end, we'd had these party poppers to go off, the ones you squeeze and it's a big confetti cannon. We'd literally been told before the entire stream, you have this for the end, but don't pop them early, because there was going to be this big grand moment, confetti went everywhere, and it was going to be wonderful and great. And Benny not only let it off early, but he let it off, I'd say, here, next to my head, approximately at this angle as well. I remember going off, and insert clip here if you can, zoom in on my face, because I thought the world had ended. I was ready to throw punches and fight my way through the apocalypse, and it turns out it was just Benny with a flipping confetti cannon. Honestly.
I think I need to apologise for blowing out everyone's eardrums. Not my finest moment.
Gamescom is pretty special for, well, a few reasons really. For most people that don't know, Gamescom is pretty much where you get to go and play all the games that you saw at E3. So that's the number one highlight, is being able to go and actually play some of those things. So Minecraft Dungeons was a big win for me and probably the rest of the team. Inside Xbox was amazing. Our very own Leah, Charleyy, Benny were all on stage presenting the official Inside Xbox. That was beautiful to see. And one of the things that they did announce was our first look at Gears 5 Horde, like an in-depth look at all of the things that were coming to it. Now, obviously, we're playing the game now and we know that it's fantastic, but I remember the buzz in the room was some buzz.
At Gamescom, we got to do Inside Xbox as a team for the first time, so that was an incredibly exciting moment, and like getting to do a show of that scale as a group was super exciting, super fun, also a little bit nerve-wracking, but I think the team absolutely smashed it, and it's been fun kind of going from there to doing XO19 in London, so it's been a big year for the team.
So Gamescom was the very first time I hosted Inside Xbox with the crew. It was so cool. We were all just sat there in the green room like shaking from excitement, but we're in this like tiny venue. It was in front of not only in front of a live audience on all the different streaming platforms, but also in front of an actual real life live audience there. So not only were you getting the feedback from those people in front of you, you're also trying to make sure that you weren't just like yelling to the camera the whole time because you couldn't hear yourself.
Standout thing for me, actually, I remember tweeting about this and loads of people really enjoying it, was how accessible the stage was. That there were no curbs anywhere, it was fully ramp accessible. Most, if not all, games had an adaptive controller on display, and there were signs everywhere reminding you that if you did need language help or if you needed sign language or hearing assistance, then there were members of staff literally everywhere that you could talk to. And I think this year for Gamescom at Xbox, they smashed it in all facets.
So the news of Project xCloud coming around wasn't really a surprise, because we knew that people were looking towards cloud gaming as the future, but the fact that you could also take your existing Xbox games, all the saves or your profiles, and bring that with you on the go, whether it's on your phone, whether it's on a tablet or any other device, I knew straight away I had to get in on that. I put my name down for the preview program just to make sure that I could get in as early as possible.
I think xCloud has sort of set this future where gaming is no longer locked to your bedroom, your living room, a mate's house where you have to carry a big old console. It also changes the idea of what a LAN party could be as well. Can you imagine everyone sat around in a living room and there's just 8 of you on like a controller on a phone playing Minecraft? That's wild.
We did this crazy kind of head-to-head versus outside Xbox where we were running all around London. I think I got me and Charleyy lost, which was not my finest moment as a Londoner, but it was really fun to experience and get hands-on with and realize how good Project xCloud actually is.
xCloud, I'm super happy about, but I'm still seething because we lost the xCloud challenge to Outside Xbox, which, you know, fair enough, they deserve to win. Benny picked a television centre as the most iconic place in London, sure. But the fact that we can now play Xbox quality games on a mobile device wherever is wicked.
Also, one thing, Sam says it's my fault, but the Golden Hind is not more recognisable than the BBC Television Centre. I will stand by my guns on that one, because yeah, let us know down in the comments. I think we were robbed.
So the BBC Broadcast Centre may not be the most iconic place in London, but it's the one place in London that everyone around England consumes content from. Everyone knows the BBC. You might not know the building, but you know what's inside it.
It's not a very traditional way to showcase a game, but as soon as Respawn decided to show off Apex Legends, everyone just blew up. People were maybe getting little tidbits of it through the cracks, but once that dropped just straight away with a trailer and people were talking about, wow, Titanfall's got this new like battle royale experience out of their universe, and it hit the world and everyone just jumped straight on it. They couldn't get enough. They loved the fast pace, they loved the different characters. All of the ping system was revolutionary at the time. People had never seen anything like that, and now you're seeing it implemented in loads of different games. So Respawn really did have something special, it's hidden under their sleeve, but they delivered on it, and everyone is still talking about Apex today. They get new seasons, they get new content. It's just a game that's taken the world by storm.
Surprise game reveals, like how can you talk about surprise game reveals without one of the biggest surprises, which was Apex Legends? I know I've never mentioned it before, but that game blew me away. One day you didn't have it, and then the next day, 12 hours a day for the next 4 months was just kind of consumed like that. So super super happy about how Apex Legends came out. It was just a really fun game to play and experience. I know we streamed it lots over a mixer, and I hope we have more of those sort of experiences in 2020.
Apex came out of nowhere and it was pretty much perfect. There was no big balancing issues with guns or characters. There was no like big problems with the map. There was no huge bugs. There was just little tweaks that they needed to do. And that was like incredible. It was really impressive and it was a very fun game. It still is a very fun game.
You've got no help.
Hey,
Let's go!
Joining Xbox On has just been absolutely wild. I've been able to do things that I never thought I could, and everyone on the team has been so much fun to work with, and everyone in the community, of course, has been so welcoming that it's just made it an absolute dream. It's been so amazing, so thank you all out there for being so welcoming, and yeah, can't wait to bring you some more.
So, those were our biggest moments of 2019. Let us know in the comments down below what your favourite moment was from all of us. There was a whole bunch of crazy ones. We've all gotten up to some really, really stupid and also exciting things. And we're really looking forward to doing more in 2020 and showing you guys. So make sure you leave a like on the video and a comment like I said, and we'll see you next time. Bye.